There is something very strange about modern society. Many of the smartest people are not the richest people. They study well. They learn quickly. They have exceptional analytical abilities. From a young age, they are always seen as people with a bright future. But many years pass, and many of them still live with financial pressure, stress, and the feeling that they should be much further ahead in life. Meanwhile, there are people who were never outstanding in school, never considered geniuses. Yet they quietly build wealth, freedom, and a life that most people dream about. At first glance, this seems irrational, because society has always taught us that if you are smart, you will succeed. But in the real world, intelligence alone rarely creates wealth. And this is what most people fail to realize. Many intelligent people are playing the wrong game. School teaches us to do things correctly, avoid mistakes, follow instructions, and achieve high grades. If you are good at those things, you are considered smart. But money operates under a completely different system. The market does not reward the most careful person, hard-working person, or highest scoring student. Money usually flows toward people who create leverage, people who solve major problems, people who know how to build systems, and people who know how to influence others. This is why so many highly intelligent people eventually become nothing more than highly competent employees. They were trained to complete tasks, optimize performance, and become valuable workers. Not to build ownership, create assets, or control cash flow. And this is where things begin working against them. Smart people often have a very dangerous problem. They overthink. They want to understand everything before they begin, analyze every possible risk, wait for the perfect moment, and make sure they are right. It sounds wise, but this is exactly the trap. Because in the real world, many people who are not exceptionally intelligent simply move faster. They try faster, fail faster, learn faster, and adjust along the way, while intelligent people are still preparing, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect timing. Other people have already moved far ahead. And in the modern economy, speed often makes more money than perfection. This is why many intelligent people feel, I know so much, but my life still isn't moving forward. But that is not even the biggest problem. The bigger problem is this. Many intelligent people become addicted to safety. They want a stable job, a clear path, a predictable life. So they often choose degrees, office jobs,
promotion ladder,
and monthly salaries. At first glance, this seems reasonable, but wealth is rarely created from certainty. It is usually created from uncertainty, calculated risks, and opportunities that most people are too afraid to pursue. Wealthy people understand that if everything feels completely safe, the rewards are usually very limited. That is why many highly intelligent people still live inside a very beautiful cage, stable, but not free. And here is another painful truth. Knowing a lot does not mean earning a lot of money. The market does not pay for information, opinions, or intelligence. The market pays for value creation, problem solving, execution, and influence. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if you do not solve problems, create impact, or help something grow. The market simply does not care. This is why some people who are not highly academic still become very wealthy, because they understand one simple truth. Money follows usefulness, not IQ. But the most dangerous thing about many intelligent people is intellectual ego. They build their identity around the idea that I am knowledgeable. They enjoy analyzing, debating, and appearing highly intelligent. It seems harmless, but this is where things begin holding them back, because wealth does not reward people for appearing smart. Wealth rewards people for being effective. Many truly wealthy people speak very simply, act very practically, and do not constantly try to prove they are intelligent. Meanwhile, many intelligent people spend enormous amounts of energy protecting the image that I am smart. This is why they hesitate to start new things, avoid small beginner-level work, and fear looking amateur. They want to become good before they begin, while wealthy people usually begin first, then become better over time. And this is where the gap begins expanding. Another misunderstanding many intelligent people have is this: if I'm talented, the world will eventually recognize me. No. Many talented people live their entire lives in silence. Meanwhile, people who know how to communicate, network, persuade, and build audiences often create enormous amounts of wealth. Money moves through attention. If nobody knows you exist, your talent becomes almost invisible. Smart people often dislike marketing, self-promotion, and sales. They think, if my work is good enough, that should be enough. But in the modern economy, visibility is leverage. And then comes the biggest trap of all: middle-class comfort. Many intelligent people have good salaries, respectable careers, and lives that seem fine. They are not truly poor, but they are never truly free either. This is the most dangerous state of all, because when things are not too bad, people rarely change dramatically. They become comfortable enough to continue tolerating their situation. And then years pass, and they realize they spent their entire lives trading time for money, while wealthy people focused on assets, ownership, investments, systems, and businesses. They build things that generate income, even when they are not working. Working harder scales slowly. Ownership scales exponentially. And here is the final difference. Smart people are often afraid of looking stupid. They fear public failure, being judged, and losing their image. So they keep preparing, keep learning, and keep analyzing, but never begin. Meanwhile, almost all wealthy people looked very amateur in the beginning. They did not wait to become perfect. They started first. Then they became better over time. This is why wealthy people often ask, how do I scale this? How do I own this? How do I make money work without my time? While many intelligent people ask, how do I become better at working? That is the difference between a worker mindset and an owner mindset. One side optimizes labor. The other side builds leverage. And over time, that gap becomes enormous. But the good news is this. This is not an IQ problem. Many intelligent people remain poor, simply because they never understood the rules of money. Once they begin learning leverage, ownership, investing, communication, distribution, and risk management, things often begin changing very quickly, because at that point, intelligence finally meets direction. Being smart does not automatically create wealth. In many cases, it only creates a more efficient employee. Wealth begins when you stop trying only to become smarter and begin understanding what the real world actually rewards financially. Because in real life, the winners are not always the smartest people. They are usually the people who understand the rules of the game better.